Yo, 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 Kai here. How you guys doing? Panel, introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? Marshall here.
Andrew, do you want to go next?
And you've already done it, Will. You've already introduced me.
You already introduced. Well.
He set you up.
Yeah, Andrew here. How you doing, guys? All good.
It's good, man. Gonna talk to Chelsea. How you doing, Almighty Blue, man? I guess it includes you guys too, man. It's not only Kai, man. There's other people here, Almighty Blue, man.
Maybe he's going to send 4 individual messages.
Yeah. I mean, he could just write like, "Hello, guys. Hello, Kai and the crew." You know,
Or he could just say hello,
Kai and
everyone.
the crew. You know,
Kai's
Nah, this man wants to. He's gonna 4 messages because he prefers the hard work.
No, it's easy. He's got one of those
Appreciate
dabbers.
that.
He's got one of those dabbers, so just go like that. Just go crazy.
Spanish teams are
He's got-
getting slapped up. I don't understand
got
why the fuck would anybody even watch the Europa League, man. It's so fucking boring, man.
I've never watched the Europa League until the semi-final stage. When we're in it, never watched it, and I only watch it when we're in it. I don't care.
Or also should I let me down today, man?
Oh, look, a man of culture. How are you doing, man? How are you doing, Aztec?
If you compare, the Sevilla Dortmund game yesterday was so good. That game was so
Oh
good.
my god, that game was amazing. We'll talk about it in the stream.
Was it? I didn't even watch any of those games, man.
Yeah, it was
Oh
man.
god, you missed out, man.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, no, only on the Sevilla Dortmund game, not the Port.
Yeah, the Sevilla
goals were
Dortmund
good in
game,
Port,
yeah.
but-
I mean,
I honestly, like, I cannot be asked to watch like any fucking football right now, man. I just don't feel like watching anything, man. I watch football because it's Chelsea, basically, nowadays, you know.
yeah,
That's pretty much it, man.
that's the way it should be.
Yep.
But you're not a delinquent like I am. I watch everything.
No,
Yeah.
man. I don't know how you have the time.
It's a pandemic, no job.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh man, how you guys in the chat feeling, man? Let us know, man. How are you guys feeling? Let us read some stuff out.
Haaland was a
Haaland
beast.
was a
Yeah, he
beast.
Yeah, chat. Let us know which game, which of the 4 games that you watched this Champions League you enjoyed the most.
I have to say, Mbappe scoring a hat trick versus Barcelona, shutting everyone up.
I wished I watched that game. I watched what was the other game I was on? That's how unmemorable it was.
Liverpool won, Leipzig.
Yeah, I watched the Liverpool one because I was really hoping Leipzig would just.
To be fair,
Haaland, Haaland was a beast. He wasn't a fraud.
He was.
One of the
Anyway,
people, said.
Fuck those teams. Let's talk about Chelsea, man. Because people are like,
Hey.
these guys are yapping about things that are irrelevant, you know, and nobody is talking about the actual team that we all support, you know. Chelsea, talk to me, guys. What are you guys feeling so far about Tuchel, man?
very
Tuchel.
happy. Very, very happy.
Are you happy? Are you happy, Will? You're aroused? Everything is good? I'm happy, man.
You got Kovacic playing lovely through balls. You got Alonso even playing well. You got Werner scoring again. Everything is good. Everything's
Bro,
good.
everybody's saying like the most impressive thing he has done is like the fact that he's getting us winning. No, man.
Yeah.
Most impressive thing he has done is he got Alonso to actually start running, man. The guy actually runs. He tracks like wingers. He actually tries to fucking win the ball back. He tries to cross. It's like, what else can you ask for from Alonso that he's actually capable of, you know? Since, you know.
I was watching commentary about the game, a YouTuber, and they were saying that game. First of all, that game, and you said it, Kai. There were so many fouls on Werner that we did not get. That was just
Bro.
like not. This man was playing Street Fighter on the pitch, man. He was getting punched all over the face and stuff. Like it was ridiculous. But he scored because he was angry. So some people were saying like maybe before the game, Tuchel has to just punch Werner in the face and he'll just start scoring goals now.
Jesus, man. No, he shouldn't be doing that.
No,
No domestic
no,
abuse at Chelsea Football Club, man.
you know when Tammy got injured, yeah? I swear Tammy almost put himself into the player to make it look like a foul, when in reality actually was.
That's what Kane does. He just grinds his ass like on every player to get the foul, you know?
Wait, though, I'm really confused. I'm hoping maybe you guys can explain to me how is that not a penalty? Because there are some fouls that they go for the ball, right? But because it's too much of the player colliding and it's a dangerous play, that it's considered a foul. How is that not a foul? He ran over the guy's fucking whole ankle.
Because they're going to say he touched the ball, even though he had to come through Tammy, and the ball went in another direction. So they're going to say it's a clean tackle. Where if they actually break it down, he has to come through Tammy to actually get the ball first.
So I'm not the only one that thinks that should have been a penalty.
I thought at the time.
It
I
looked like
think
a penalty,
it should have been a penalty, but Tammy tried to get the most of it.
exactly.
That's what I think.
I agree with that. I think Tammy put himself in a little bit more of a dangerous position than he could have been. It's just the way. It's just.
Is there any update on little Bambi, man? On our Scandinavian woman? Is there update on him? Is he gonna make it to the
I don't think he's making it. I don't think he's making it for Southampton or Atletico Madrid. But it's not. They thought it was more damage than it was first of all, but maybe just a little bit of a knock. There's no ligament damage or anything like that, which was what could have been. But I don't think he'll make Southampton or the first leg. Of I think he'll probably target a return for the second leg.
Yeah, and
this man, this man, like telepathically knows everything, man. I am impressed, Hastek. I literally smuggled a barber from China to cut my hair, man. How did you fucking get that, man? Tammy out here. You people kill me, man. Tammy, the thing with the Tammy is like people think I don't like Tammy. I like Tammy, but I like him in the way that it's like, yeah, he plays for us, but he shouldn't be starting. That's my relationship with Tammy. I just don't think he's a starter, man.
He's a weird one, right? Because he doesn't really like impress too much, but he gets results.
Yeah, but he's so fucking boring to watch, man. So it's like watching a stripper after childbirth, man. It's just painful to watch because you know what happened, man. It's like it's like you're forced to watch. You're trying to enjoy it, but you're like. But I know what went on. You know what I mean?
It's like you just have to be nice, you know.
It's like,
you have to be accepting.
It's like you're trying to look away, but you remember the reality of what happened. You know?
Oh man, that's the most unfiltered thing you've ever said.
That's what people come here for, man.
It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning of the stream.
We're 7 minutes in.
I might clip that as a ringtone.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's already getting wild. But yeah, man, it's actually good that we're actually winning now. You know, like the guy came in. I think what was it like 10 days ago, right? A little bit less. Or is it more?
Isn't it it's 3 weeks on Tuesday, wasn't it? 3 weeks on Tuesday.
Yeah,
came in.
Yeah. And basically now we haven't lost a game. The only goal we conceded was the goal from our own effing idiot of a center back. That's like the only goal we actually conceded. We've been playing good football. We're improving like every week. There's not much to complain. And I see people saying, "Oh, I'm disattached from Chelsea ever since Lampard left." Oh, I'll be like, "All right, man, you just cut that fucking cable cord, man. I'm good, man."
you know,
If you're not enjoying your team doing well, if you're not enjoying your team competing at the highest level, then I don't know what the fuck you watch football for, man. If you want drama, if you want romance, watch a soap opera. You know what I mean?
I mean, and also against Newcastle, we should have been 4 or 5-0 up, and
Yeah,
for sure.
we created a lot of chances, and some of them were clear cut as well. Werner could have had a couple. Alonso maybe could have scored. It looks good.
I was actually
it looks really
like,
good.
Hey, about to say, Marshall? Like, what do you?
No, I was just saying. Yeah, I was agreeing with him. It looks really good.
Bro,
the first half at least. The second half, it was getting a little like. I was gonna ask you guys this actually. What'd you think of this for the second half? Because that second half, I think Newcastle came out pressing a little more, and then we saw a little bit of the vulnerability of like, because up until the second half, I was like Jorginho, Kovacic, or Werner for man of the match, and then Jorginho kind of fell off in that second half because I think he was getting more pressed by Newcastle, which I don't know if you guys noticed that.
He gave away more fouls in the second half as well, Jorginho.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, you can't really give him away too many fouls without getting sent off these days. But he was a bit clumsy in that second half.
I think two things were very important Monday. Is that we got the second goal quicker on Monday, so we didn't have to panic. And also, and I'm not saying this, they're even the same in the same vicinity. But Monday, the second half, it reminded me of old school Chelsea under Mourinho.
Yeah,
you know, when we went 2-0 up, and I didn't feel worried. I never felt worried.
Yeah.
And Newcastle
like
get back in the game.
Like you felt like we're not gonna concede, or we could get another goal. You know?
The thing is,
we dominated the game.
The thing is with Tuchel as well. He likes intense attacking football, but he does have a slight touch of pragmatism about him as well. When he wants to hold on to leads, and the system that we're playing at the moment is very balanced. We don't concede many shots on target at all. I don't even remember, apart from maybe like a couple of set pieces, I actually don't remember Newcastle getting a shot on target against us. I don't know.
I mean, how many times did you hear the name Kepa in the second half?
None.
Exactly.
Maybe like once.
That's how much control we were in. That's how much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in general, ever since he came in, we've been in control of games. Like I can't remember any actual, like at the top of my head, like any actual like counterattack or any kind of threats that any of the teams we played actually put against us. And I don't think it's due to the teams being crap. I just think we're controlling the ball that much better than we used to. You know, like we don't give away a stupid chance anymore. We're a lot more organized in both transition to attack and from defense, man.
Yeah.
So I think Tuchel's been doing well for us. Yeah.
Against Wolves in the first game, Wolves had like one chance. Against Burnley, I think they had 0 shots on target unless it was from a set piece. Like we are playing good football, and I don't feel like we're going to concede when I watch it.
What rival fans will say is, "Oh, you haven't beaten anybody." That's not the point. The point is building our form up and our confidence up for the rest of the season. Because from the Atletico Madrid game, our run of fixtures is insane. Who we're playing. This will truly test Tuchel out. And I've said this to many guys. I think he's sticking with this 3-5-2, 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it, because he's building up to that Atletico Madrid game. That's why he's never changed it. He's always kept it in there. He might move like bits and pieces, like different players out, but he's kept that. He even kept it for the Barnsley game.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean,
until we switched in the second half, but I get what you mean.
Right,
yeah.
But you know what I mean? He kept it. He had that in mind and kept it for the Barnsley game. He's been planning the Atletico Madrid game before even the Chelsea job.
And on to like Andrew's point about like how people are saying like, oh, you're not beating like top teams and stuff. I was actually looking at West Ham's trajectory, how they got to where they got right at this point. And the only real top team they beat this whole season was Leicester. And they're like winning all the other games, and they're like, you know, creeping up on 4th, 5th position. So like it doesn't even matter too much what teams you're beating as long as you're consistently winning in this league. On top of that too, like look at the league, look at the season so far. Man United lost to Burnley. They tied to Burnley, or they lost to Sheffield. Liverpool lost. Like all these top teams keep losing to the bottom half of the table from time to time. It's football, you know. It's unpredictable. You never know what could happen. So it's consistency. You got to win all the games you can get, and if you can't win one, you got to just keep winning games.
Liverpool wish they could beat bottom half teams. Have you seen who they've dropped points to?
Yeah.
And Man United haven't beat a top team, have they, this season?
They dropped points twice against Brighton, lost to Burnley at home.
That's why I'm excited.
Points, man. I mean, especially with how we've been until like the mid half of the season, like the fact that we are actually getting 3 points in every game now, you know. So for me, I can't complain because we're actually winning. We are where we're supposed to be. We're at the top 4. Hopefully, we can climb a little bit higher. I can still see us getting above United and Leicester. I don't think they're been that impressive, you know, lately. I think we can claw back against them, and I hope we do, because I think this team is capable of it.
You know, Manchester United, every game or so, like every 2 games normally, or every 3 games, they have one of these shaky games, and if they keep on dropping points in the game like they did against West Brom, in the game like they did against Everton, if we slowly close the gap, I can see them dropping out of top 4 completely. If Liverpool if Liverpool also step up their game. If you compare Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to other managers that are competing for the top 4, apart from like David Moyes and Dean Smith, he's he's worse than Tuchel by a mile, worse than Klopp by a mile. Pep's already going to go on and win the league. We've accepted that, and he's not better than Brendan Rodgers. So, I think United just can't be complacent, because if they are, I could see them dropping out.
Well,
So people have been saying that we've been playing teams that have been like low block teams, like Spurs, Burnley, all those teams, and that the real test is going to be Southampton. And I agree. The real test is going to be like me, honestly, the real test is going to be Man United. And I'm really excited for that game because I want to see how Tuchel sets up for that game specifically. Considering how Man United seems to always step up when it comes to the big games, this is a big game for them, and I want to see how they play against them. Then I will finally say, like, Tuchel will be the guy that takes us all the way. Because right now, it's hands down easy to say, like, he is definitely hands down better than Frank Lampard, right? Definitely taking his team somewhere. There's definitely an idea in the team. There's everyone's receptive to the coaching and everything. But until I see that game against Man United, then I will finally decide like this is the right guy for the job.
Can I ask you why specifically like the dried out Devils are going to be like the game that decided for you? Like, why then?
Because they're of all the teams right now in the EPL, they're let's not. I mean, I could say Man City, but right now the way it's looking, like. To even fight for the Man City spot right now is looking grim because they're just so far ahead of the pack. But I think because Man United is second place right now, and they have been doing a decent job of keeping that spot. I think taking them down a notch and seeing how we play against a team that is close to first place or up really high on that table, I think is a good way to like really see how this team reacts to like a much more competitive side.
Well, the thing is, we got to beat Southampton Saturday with an early kickoff, 12:30.
Oh, I can't wait for that game.
Because Liverpool play Everton this weekend. So hopefully I'm looking for a draw in that one or a Liverpool loss, whatever.
Thank you to City, by the way.
Yeah.
Now Everton can't even catch up to us, even if they win.
Yeah.
Man United
basically we're safe
Man
in
United
fourth.
play Newcastle. You would think that's a United victory. Then it sets us up for the game on the 28th, where we need to win that one to close the gap to 1 point on them.
Do you know what I'm praying for?
Which would be insane. It would be insane. Think about that, like 4 weeks ago, thinking that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I'm praying for?
I said it.
He's won 50% of the games Lampard has already.
60 now. 60 now. 60.
Yeah.
But I've said it. I've said it. I don't like to be that guy. Actually, I love being that guy, but I've said it.
Werner's going to score against Southampton. He loves them.
He scored like 2 goals against them.
Exactly. He's going to. I'm praying we see an attack of Havertz, Werner, Pulisic. I pray we see that attack against Southampton.
We're going to keep praying, man. He's not dropping him out.
No, and that's the other reason too. That's the other reason. That's the other reason too that I'm saying Man U, because Southampton right now are in terrible fucking form. They're dropping points like flies. It's ridiculous, and I feel bad because like they lost. What team was it? I don't remember. Was it Man United? But they lost 9-0 too.
Oh no, United. Yeah,
they got freaking humiliated, and ever since then it's just.
I don't feel bad for them though because
I like Hasenhüttl.
I like him, but I think he's a little bit overrated. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
He's a good manager, but
I could care less. I know it's a very unpopular opinion to say nowadays, but I could care less about Southampton or their fucking manager. I just want Chelsea to win. I don't care about Southampton. I don't care about that stupid striped Sunderland wannabe kid, and I don't care about that hipster manager who cries when he gets results, man. I just don't care, man. I just want to see a Chelsea win. At this point, I just want to see Chelsea win, and that's all I care about from now until the end of the season, man. Because after the shit that we have been seeing for the last 19 games, man, we need something different. We need to start picking up points. I don't care against who.
And you know what, too? Right now, we're playing really well, right? Imagine how we're going to be once we get the crowd back. Because people were saying, like...
About
which comment?
I don't want to see a 4-2-3-1 anytime soon. God, no. please. Keep the 4-2.
Don't why not? Why not? Why not? Wait, Marshall. I want to know this. I want to know why he doesn't. Why don't you want to see a 4-2-3-1?
Because I feel like we struggle to progress the ball a lot more in a 4-2-3-1.
But I mean, under Lampard, we struggle to do a lot of things, man. But a lot of basic things. But why don't you think we can do it under Tuchel?
Because 4-3-3 is just so much better. I prefer 4-3-3 so much more. I think
Why,
we can, because we can cover. For one, Kovacic can be more free. Kante can also be more free on that right-sided central midfield role. He can now press, and then you have Jorginho sitting. It's a lot better than a 4-2-3-1.
But is that why you prefer the 4-3-3? Because then there's place for Jorginho,
No, because I'd start Jorginho.
Because
or I'd start him in either.
For me, I would prefer like if we had like a 4-2-3-1, I would just have Kovacic and Kante.
I don't think that would work.
Being as the pivot six, and I would have Havertz, Pulisic, and whoever, and then like. Havertz and Werner like as the two, and then have the two wingers, Binadoya and Pulisic.
But
for me that would be ideal.
Even if it meant Gilmour having to play as instead of Jorginho, I'd rather have the 4-3-3 than the 4-2-3-1. It's not
Can't
because
put Gilmour in there, man. He's too weak.
No, but you said no. That's not what I'm saying. You said that. Is it because of Jorginho? No, it's not because of Jorginho. I just prefer the 4-3-3, and I think we can get the best out of our best midfielders. Which our best midfield is, in my opinion, Kovacic, Kante,
but Will, is it the best getting the best out of our attackers though? Because our attackers are kind of struggling, isn't it?
Well, then you can get. The thing is, though, we have good enough attackers for them to play in a 4-3-3.
But 4-3-1 is more creative than because you have a 10. You have a 10 in there. You have more attack. More bodies going forward.
The 10 is dying in football anyway. It's dying.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything, man. It's like we can still get something good from this team with a 10 because both Mount and Havertz can play it.
But the way Will's describing the 4-3-3, it sounds a lot like Liverpool's midfield, and I always felt we were the masters of the 4-3-3. We made every other Premiership team when Mourinho came in changed to a 4-3-3. But the key to that 4-3-3 was having your Makelele sitting there, the master of the 5-yard pass, in any direction. Someone powerful like a Ballack or an Essien, the running box to box, and then you had your goal scorer in Frank Lampard. That's the key to a 4-3-3. If your 4-3-3, if it was working like Liverpool, you have to have outstanding forwards like Mane and Salah scoring loads of goals. And I don't think our wingers yet, or our wide forwards, provide us with enough goals to do that.
Okay.
Hudson-Odoi is not a Mane and he's not a Salah. He's more of a creator. And I don't see him doing that. Pulisic maybe, but he's never bloody fit enough to start. So
I agree with you on that, and I was going to say I think under Sarri it worked, but then we had Hazard, so I get what you're saying with that.
Yeah, but my issue with no, let's not go there. Let's move forward. But yeah, that's what I think. Otherwise, it's going to be. I don't think we get enough goals if we have all those three starting all the time.
Marshall.
So.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Well, what do you feel about the formation thing? Well, what did you be your idea?
I mean, personally, because it's, and I think this is the dilemma that all of us Chelsea fans are having under Tuchel right now, is that Jovic is working so well. How do you fit Conte in there? And at the same time, too, like, and I don't know how true this is, right? This could be just like the media just saying like, oh, the reason Lampard got fired is because they wanted a manager that can get the best out of the Germans. And you know that Kai's best position is as the 10. And now we have Mount playing as a 10. You can have Pulisic as a 10. Like, we have creative midfielders. So I feel like 4-2-3-1 is the best way to go because you keep that. You keep the Jorginho and Kovacic pivot that's been working so well for us for the past like 5-6 games now, and I just don't want to go from there. Maybe like next season, in the beginning of the season or in preseason, we can try out like 4-3-3 without Jorginho, with a Conte in the single. Because as far as the single pivot goes, I think Conte's been our best single pivot midfielder as of yet. out of like Kovacic, out of Jorginho, like. So I don't really see Conte being anywhere else in a 4-3-3 other than the single pivot.
May I say something? May I say something quickly? I would
Yes,
rather
you may, Will.
I would rather us sell Jorginho than play a 4-2-3-1, and I'd rather go out and
Jesus
get Bruno.
Christ.
I'd go out and get Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon, and I'll play him as the single six.
Marina, is that you? Is that you, Marina? Marina, you need to calm down.
That's what I just hate the 4-2-3-1. Hate it.
I get. We realize it, man. We realize it by now, man.
To be fair,
You wanna sell the only player you actually back on your Avi, man. So of course it's like it must be very, very deep with a 4-2-3-1.
How we're playing at the moment, I'm completely fine with that as well. If we stick to this and keep on playing with this, I'd way rather that than the 4-2-3-1. Much rather it.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the 4-2-3-1, you know, because that's the formation we won the league with under Mourinho. You know? And we played
Honestly, I'm a fan of whatever formation works. At the end of the day, if the formation works for the team that we're playing, fuck it, man, just play it. You know, I don't like 3-5-2, 3-11-9-6. You know what I mean? Like, but it works.
No, you're right. Because if anyone would have told me that we win a title playing 3-4-3 with Victor Moses and Marcus Alonso as a wing,
I would have laughed at you.
I would have said to you, that's funny, buddy. I'm taking you to the same result. You know what I mean?
With David Luiz coming back as well.
Yeah, with David Luiz in the centre playing well.
Do not say that ever again. Fucking
Wait,
David Luiz, what a clown.
Am I wrong? Or did Matic get double-digit assists?
He got double assists in that first, yeah.
Ah, okay.
For fuck's sake. Fucking Arsenal tied the game.
Charlotte is here. Hello, Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte, how are you feeling?
Charlotte, what's up?
Well, I have a few issues here. Like, I've been listening to this whole conversation, and I have a few things to kind of address now. Like, can we? Yeah,
Spill the wine.
Can we just address the fact that, like, you're all going like, we need Pulisic? Like, no, we don't need Pulisic. We don't. He doesn't turn up since his injury. Where's he been? Missing in I don't care. He doesn't deserve, until you've proved to me that you deserve a starting 11 start. You're not turning up. Sorry, I'm ready to sell Pulisic. I'm ready to sell Ziyech. I'm done with them.
You're jumping the gun, Charlotte.
No. I'm not on Pulisic. I'm not. The man is 22, 23, and he has had 20 injuries in his career. That is not a good statistic. Sorry, it's not. But Ziyech just hasn't proved himself. Ziyech, I'll allow. I'm like, sometimes I just get angry with Ziyech. But
Charlotte will allow you to stay at Chelsea.
But I'll allow him. But Pulisic has been here a season and a half. He's had 3 injuries that have had him out for months. He's had more time being injured than he has playing. If you look at it statistically, he has. That's not good for me. I don't want a player that is injured more than he actually can provide for our team. Now, if you want that, that's cool. You'll see our team fail. But I don't want that. Like, I'm ready to sell him. Let's just go get Haaland. Like, I'm ready for this. Like, and Tammy Abraham is a mid-table striker. He doesn't even make my third striker. He's mid-table. Can we just send him back? Can we just send him back to Aston Villa? Like, do a Barkley and send him back to Villa. I'm done with him. Thank you. I know they don't.
For me, just move Tammy to the women's team, man. He has the same build, man. Just move to Chelsea, man. I don't want to see him starting for Chelsea ever again, man. Like, I'm tired of the guy slipping on the ball, breaking a leg. Like, oh, man.
He just literally, like, it's when he's calling for the ball and then he runs and then stops, like, or he goes for the ball and he just doesn't get it and he's so close. And I'm like, if you're calling for the ball, you run. You don't just casually jog or like walk there. You're not going to get there. The ball's moving faster than you are walking, hun.
I feel like Giroud even moves more.
Can we go back to the Pulisic thing? Can we go back to the Pulisic thing?
Yeah, please.
May I jump in, Kai?
You may, Will, but let me finish. You're so fucking polite, man. But didn't Pulisic last season save us into getting top 4? Isn't he the reason we got top 4? Because he was arguably our best player in the second half of the season, for me at least.
Do you know what? Yeah, but you're saying in the second half of the season. My problem is he's been injured that much. Like this season, he's given nothing because he's been injured for the majority of this season and hasn't turned up in the second part. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying he couldn't be a good player, but this injury is never going to go away. It's a recurring one. Like it's never going to go away, and we have to be harsh sometimes to be kind. It's never going to go away. We shouldn't have bought an injury-prone player. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. I'm not saying he doesn't have his moments. The man's been injured. Like, have we got our money? Have we got our money's worth from him? No.
He can rotate with Odoi. He doesn't have to start every game, but he's still an asset for Chelsea. He's a very good player at his day. It's unplayable.
Yeah, but since this injury and since he's come back from this injury this season, has he turned up?
But when
has he been himself? No. Is he worth the money? No. If he was turning up. But what you're saying, he is fit right now. He's playing games and starting 11s.
He's not starting every game, though, is he? He's playing he started like one every 3 games. You can't.
Yeah, but that's what because we're wrapping him in bubble wrap. We're wrapping him in bubble wrap because he's got an injury-prone injury, and we've got to kiss his boo-boo and like make sure his injury doesn't get. Like, I don't really know what you want from me. Like,
I disagree with you massively. I think Pulisic is by far our best winger on his day. I think
if he wasn't injury prone, yes, but he's injury prone.
But he's not always going to be injured, though. I get it.
It's a recurring injury.
No, but also because Lampard didn't manage him correctly. Lampard just every time he's kind of fit, he just throws him in. But that's Tuchel is not doing that. So I don't think that we should just throw him away from the team forever now because he had a few bad games under Lampard.
No.
If he came on for Tuchel.
Okay, but if we're keeping him, as far as I'm concerned right now, he doesn't deserve a starting 11 place.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I originally came in saying, and then I got really angry and just decided to say how I really felt. But as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't deserve it right now. The problem I have is in the Barnsley game, he had a chance to show to Tuchel why he deserved a starting 11 place. Did he do that? No. I didn't even know he was on the pitch.
Or did Kante do that? Absolutely not. Like,
no. I'm not saying that. Hudson-Odoi was our best player. Like, I can't even fault that.
Yeah, but can we talk about this Hudson-Odoi crap? Hudson-Odoi been good for us for 4 or 5 games, and before that, Odoi carried us. I mean, Pulisic carried us. I get it. Odoi is having a good form, but we don't throw our players under the bus because now the players who was out of form 10 games ago now is having a good form, and all of a sudden Pulisic is useless. I don't buy that. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. He's a very.
I've not been saying this. I've been saying this for a while now. I didn't want Pulisic in the beginning. I didn't. I've never said I've wanted Pulisic. Like, he was a good player at Dortmund and he showed his style. However, I didn't want an injury-prone player.
He was better last season than he ever was at Dortmund. And the thing is as well.
He had moments. He had moments of greatness.
Pulisic, when you look at Pulisic, you look at such a unique talent. He's got a higher ceiling. Yes. He's got a higher ceiling, probably a higher ceiling than Odoi. He's got a higher ceiling than other players like Rashford, higher than Saka, in my opinion. He's one of the best young talents in the country, and you can't just throw him under the bus. We relied on him last year,
he's injured,
and that's why he was so good last year. He set incredibly high, unrealistic expectations for this season when he does have injuries. That is why everyone's reacting like this. If he was,
I'm not reacting like this though.
But you are, because you're saying sell him and Ziyech.
Yeah, no, I've been saying this. I've been saying sell Pulisic since, like, I think for the last month and a half, nearly 2 months.
Yeah, but that's still reactionary.
But it's not, though. It's not, though. It's based on statistics. I'm not saying he's a shit player. I'm not
for someone who was injured so much and didn't get consistent.
Yeah, but based on statistics, he's your best winger over the last 2 seasons.
But based on our statistics, he's been injured more than he has played games.
Yeah, but that's not the reason.
But that's not a good statistic.
And he's still our best player.
We've been over it. The reason he's horribly managed. He was horribly managed, and he was just thrown in every time he was kind of fit. We did never give him time to fully recover.
I'm not saying he doesn't have moments of greatness and that he could be a great talent. Like I've seen moments. You saw that last season. You saw moments of greatness last season. I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm just saying if you look at his whole career and the 20 injuries when he's only 22, 23, that doesn't look good.
I disagree
even at Dortmund.
with just the moments, because with a player like Pulisic, they don't revolve their game always about goals and assists. He has moments, but even when he doesn't score assists, he's in the game. He's linking up play. He completes loads of dribbles, progresses the ball well. When you look at other players in the league, such as like you've got your Martinellis, your Rashards, they don't really do much apart from scoring assists. We've got someone so unique like Pulisic that does everything. We can't just throw him under the bus because of a few injuries. We can't. He's that good.
As a fellow American, can I defend my guy here a little bit?
Yeah, of course you may.
So first things first, with the whole Ziyech thing, people are in a rush to sell him. Look, Ziyech didn't like fool me with the whole tiki-taka little 1-2 FIFA skill mode thing against Burnley. So like, let's get real. He's just like the Germans. He needs to adapt. So if next season he's still performing abysmally, yeah, we sell him. Now for Pulisic, look, the statistics. Pulisic is not having that great of a season. Yes, injured. But the way I see it, and people were attacking me about defending Pulisic when I did it, back when I did it. When under Frank Lampard, when we went in that bad patch of form in December, Pulisic was actually, in my opinion, in good form. But everyone else around him was doing so bad. They couldn't find him. Every time he had an opportunity to score, it was a hard goal to try to score. Like he was creating chances. He was getting close to scoring, but we just didn't have the support system for him. But now that everyone is doing pretty well and he's in bad form, like you can't just couple those two points of view together and just say like Pulisic has been in bad form. No, when he was in good form, our team was playing terribly and made him look bad. That's the way I see it.
May I add on to that as well?
I have a question.
May I just add on to something quickly?
Oh, and hold on, before you add on to it, Will. And the biggest example of this is the Man City game where we were demolished. Pulisic was arguably our best player. He was the only one getting close to scoring a goal. He was the only one created chances. And guess what? The goal that we actually scored, the guy who passed it to Havertz, who then passed it to Odoi, was Pulisic. He found him. He found Kai. That's the one thing that I really pissed me off about when we play Kai Havertz, is that we never find him when he's making these runs. And you see the games over and over again. This man is making amazing runs, and we just not finding him. Pulisic was one of the only players that actually found Kai making a run. And guess what happened? Kai crosses it over to Odoi, and we score.
May I just add on to that as well, Marshall? Against Aston Villa, when we played shit, he sustained the attack. He held the ball, waited for the overlap of Chilwell, got a pre-assist. He got it to Giroud. Against Arsenal, I think he had the highest amount of dribbles completed in the first half. Against Arsenal, we progressed the ball very well. And Tammy and Werner just were dreadful that day. And Pulisic out of position. It's very...
Charlotte, hold on. One more thing, Charlotte. Let's also not forget... under Lampard, how many times you yourself as well, Charlotte, Kai, all of us here complain, why the fuck is Lampard playing Pulisic on the right wing and Werner on the left wing? It wasn't working then. You know, this guy is getting a bad rap, in my opinion.
So you're saying, so you're saying to me that if Ziyech doesn't perform next season, you get rid of him. If Pulisic doesn't perform for the rest of the season and next season, does he go too? Yes.
No, because
in my opinion, yes.
But
Pulisic
has to go.
Pulisic, Charlotte, I agree with you.
I'm asking because Marshall said he'd get rid of Ziyech, so I'm asking if, for the fact that also Pulisic has already had a season, so I'm asking if for the rest of this, I'm asking if for the rest of the season he doesn't perform well as he is now at the minute, and for next season he doesn't perform well. Also, if he gets injured again this season and is out for the next season and the rest of the beginning of next season, are we still willing to put up with this kind of injury thing?
If Pulisic gets injured again, then he has to be sold. I'm sorry. We're relying on too much injury-prone players right now We want to.
But we're not relying on him.
Margin,
I mean,
let him finish his point. Okay, go ahead, Chelsea. This.
I think we have to sell him whilst he still is worth money before it's too late and he ends up being Gareth Bale.
Because you know how much money he gets us from marketing.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, before it's too late, before it's too many injuries, I think he's too injury prone to start relying on him as the new winger. Every time he comes back, he has to start, and he's never being bedded in.
But we don't have to. We don't have to.
And now he's becoming slow. He's becoming slower and more of pace.
Rotation doesn't exist. Rotation doesn't exist. We always had 3 or 4 good wingers at Chelsea. Even if he stays injured, right? If he still has the injury issues, we can just get we still need 1 more winger. We only have 3. We need 4.
Who do you replace?
We could get Sancho. Sancho could be the first choice, and he just rotate with what's his name?
Hang on.
With Pulisic.
What I think we have to all understand is Tuchel is giving these guys till the summer, essentially, right? To prove their fitness, to prove they've been part of his game plan. That's why no one went out in January. When he obviously Tomori went out. What you'll probably find is that given a good pre-season with Tuchel, one of them might stay, one of them might go, or both of them might stay. I think what we have to do is really give Tuchel the time with his staff, with his coaching staff, medical staff, to see what they can do. You might be right. Pulisic might be one of those really frustrating players, even for Tuchel, that he just can't get fit regularly, but still wants to keep around because he'll be able to provide us moments.
Yeah,
how little they are going forward. He's only 22. We've got to remind that. Ziyech is different.
Yeah.
Ziyech is 27. Yeah, he's arguably in the prime of his career. He should be right. I think if Ziyech is not performing or is not settled by this time next year or in January, you're probably going to hear bigger rumours that he's going to leave in January. But I'd rather give Tuchel time because I feel more confident with him and his staff to actually sort this out, see what's going on, who stays, who goes, etc., etc. So
I feel like Ziyech deserves time. This is only his. We've had half a season.
One at a time,
We've had he's only had half a season, and that half a season was based under Lampard. Lampard had no clue what he was doing, so I think Ziyech, if we're looking at it realistically, Ziyech deserves more of a chance because he's been dealt with under under Lampard.
Wait. Charlotte, I think you've been hanging out with Anita too much. And you've got a lot of anti-Pulisic agenda. Slens, how you feeling, bro?
Yes, guys, how are you, man? Listen, I'm not going to be here for too long because I'm still at work here. I just want to say quickly about Pulisic, yeah? For me, listen, when it comes to Pulisic, I don't agree with selling him, but what I'll say is this, yeah? If you look at his time at Chelsea, if you divide it into 2 parts, okay? Divide it into the good side of him, which was post-lockdown and before January, and the bad side of him, which I would say is mostly the season. He's had some good flashes this season, but not enough for me. So the way I see it is, if you divide his time, overall he's been underwhelming. Yeah. So I wouldn't say sell him, but I would say be wary. If another injury comes up, then be wary. I don't care what market. I don't care if it's in Timbuktu, China, we're selling him. I don't care, bro. I don't care what shirt sales we're selling. I don't care. If he's not performing for Chelsea, then listen, man. At the end of the day, he needs to go, man. But right now, I'm going to be patient with him because he's been, after lockdown, he was top 5 best players in the league. No one can tell me otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not fair. It's not fair to just throw the guy under the bus. Most of our players were underperforming until Tuchel came in. People need to remember that. Give these guys until the end of the season, and then we'll see where we go from there. Because I think we have two. I think we have too few of wingers. I think we need at least 1 more winger. It could be Sancho, and we don't have to rely on the.
Just about
if you want the link, bro, I'm gonna send it to you. Actually, I'm gonna send it here, man. Since I already shared it. So if you want to come on, bro, and have your say.
So Kai, you want a winger instead of a centre back?
My ideal would be a striker, a winger, and a centre back.
Would you consider because this is what I personally want, and I think we need, because we've never bought a world class goalkeeper before. We've created one in Peter Cech, but we've never bought one. Yeah, but we created that. Like, I mean,
straight off the rack.
Yeah, like we've never bought a world class straight off the rack kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I personally want to sell Mendy and Kepa and buy Oblak.
Oh my god!
I would love to do that too, but listen, it's not that easy, man. It's not that easy.
No, I'm just saying what I would like personally. I'm not saying it's ever going to happen.
Because we wouldn't be able to get Haaland, Oblak, a winger, and a centre back. That's never going to happen.
Well, apparently Dortmund are kind of in a money crisis, so
we won't be able to
looking. No. What I'm saying is, Dortmund are apparently in a really bad money crisis, meaning that they are going to be selling players for a lot, for as much money as they get. So Haaland's got to go up.
You say we won't be able to afford it. This is Roman Abramovich, man.
But no, but
he just forked out 250.
We're not
just
going
to clarify,
you know how much money this guy has. You know how much money this guy has.
He forked out 2 billion for a painting. He forked out 200 million for a painting? Just for one painting. The man's loaded.
That's not my point.
If he dropped $10, yeah, you know, he'd waste his time picking it up because he'd make more. It literally.
But you know your point about Roman Abramovich here. It's not just the fee, the agent fees, the wages. You got Jadon Sancho. If you want to get a winger, I'm guessing you guys want Sancho. That's 80 million.
I don't. I don't want Sancho.
That's another 90 million ish. Then you want a top centre back and Oblak. Never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Just to clarify, I don't want Sancho. I refuse to take Sancho.
We're going to have 2 wingers, and one of them you don't like. So
can you just let me explain why I don't want Sancho, man?
Yeah,
it's not because I think he's incredible, but look at what's happened to everyone from look at what everyone that we've bought from Bundesliga, Havertz, Werner, Pulisic. Look what's happened to them right now.
Pulisic's the best player.
No. Pulisic, this season, I'm telling you, everyone from the Bundesliga is suffering. I refuse to be responsible for making Jadon Sancho suffer. I'm not doing that.
I agree with you on that.
We are not going to be.
I agree.
I don't know, Charlotte.
I agree with you in the sense.
This is going mad, man. I'm gonna start rotating the room.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
May I just say one more thing with Sancho? I agree in the fact that he'll have to adapt.
Hey Alex, how you doing, my bro?
Not too bad.
He would have to adapt, Sancho. If we were going to get a winger, I'd go and get Jack Grealish, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Don't
listen to Kai. Chat, don't listen to Kai.
Let me finish. Well, what is it with you and short, bubble butty men, man? You have like Hazard is left. That's it.
This kind of thing, man.
He's gone, man.
Grealish.
The one time me and Kai are going to agree on something is that I do not.
There is no real league gunner watching my channel, man. But I appreciate it if it is, man.
What
are we talking about today?
I don't get why you would want
Grealish. Start on?
Why would
Wait, but before to go back on Pulisic, because I think Kafka's came on because of the Pulisic drama. Look, and I hope you guys agree with me, because right now, the way I see it, Pulisic is not Eden Hazard, where he's getting injured. Like this season, Hazard is is absolutely a train wreck when it comes to injuries right now. So unless Pulisic gets to that level of injuries where he can play 2 games and he gets injured again, he gets played 2, because right now he's been in form. And if if he stays in form and he doesn't, maybe he gets 1 injury next season or whatever, but he's playing well, I say we keep him. But if he's consistently getting injured and it's becoming an issue, and it's becoming a liability that we don't have a backup winger or an actual left winger or left forward or whatever, because the guy Pulisic is always injured. Then yeah, I think it's a strong argument that maybe we loan him out or we sell him. That's how I see it.
People, what a Kafkas. I know you have something to say, man. Go ahead, bro.
Guys, this is Christian Pulisic for you.
You see this ungrateful people, man. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, look at it this way. When we signed him, I thought he was going to be a great squad player. As in, off the bench, Solomon Kalou style.
Yeah.
We win league titles. He's the guy that comes on and makes an impact. He decided it was the NBA playoffs, turned up for the end of the season. 6 games. People made him out to be something better than he is.
Yeah.
Came back, and apparently, I checked the stat myself. 50% of the time that he's been at Chelsea, he's been injured. You can't build a future around a starter like that. You can keep him as a squad player, but then you need to go and sign another winger just in case.
Yeah.
Kavgas, who would you get? Who would you get?
A winger?
Yeah, as a winger. Who would you get?
Okay, so I'm not convinced with Hakim Ziyech, but that's another thing.
I agree with you on that one, yeah.
I think Hakim Ziyech was a cheap, easy signing to make, so the club went on it really quickly. They wanted Jadon Sancho, but they didn't want to pay the money, in my opinion. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a Jadon Sancho or a Jack Grealish. I would be very open for an Ousmane Dembele if it's possible. I know he's injury prone, but I think
I'd like him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get our coaching staff with him, hopefully change a scene. 50 million for a talent that good, why not?
What do you think about Pedro Neto from Wolves?
I like him a lot, but it's one of those things. I think he won't be cheap. I think they sold Jota for cheap because they know what they have in Prudence, Adama Traore, and Neto. Yeah. And I think Adama's third choice.
Yes.
And like the rest of the world thinks Adama's a starter there. He's not.
He's not.
Like
he's just a runner.
Yeah, and the other two, they're just technically better as well. When they dribble on the ball, the only thing they lack is what young players lack normally, and that's decision making in the final third, and that will come hopefully. But otherwise, technically, they're so sound. It's actually lovely to see. It's a joy to watch them play. I think an attacking manager, and they'll be cashing in.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one that springs to my mind in the Premiership that I have no issue. Like I would take right away. I'd pay whatever for Neto at this moment in time because I think he's class. That goal against Southampton.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
On the right wing, Jesus Christ!
He's underrated.
Well, whatever. Good.
Even his goal against us.
Maybe the price will go down.
Yeah,
but you don't think we can lure him away from Wolves? I mean, at the end of the day, it's Wolves, man. Even their kit is dead. We can.
Wolves are still a selling club. You know.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing that would like win him over is the fact that he could win trophies here. Yes. Comparing to Wolves and Chelsea, there is more of a likely to win something at Chelsea than there is at Wolves, and that's not me being horrible against Wolves. Wolves have been playing well, but is more likely to win a trophy, and he'll also get Champions League.
Yeah.
But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Clubs don't need to sell. They don't need to sell.
Yeah.
The revenue they generate off.
Yeah, but we can have the player like push for a move, you know. Like what happened to us as like making players push for moves, man? Why do I not play nice?
Let's be really horrible. Let's make them push for this. Let's stick the gun in the back of their head. Like, let's do this.
Let's make them hotels secretly, with their agent.
Isn't Pedro Neto's agent George Mendes, who works with Wolves, and they're really close? They're not going to push for a move. They won't push for a move.
They won't push.
Roman knows people. Roman knows people.
Unless he changes agent, then I doubt he'll push for a move.
We're talking about a Russian billionaire, you know what I mean?
I think.
How old is he? Anyway,
he's 20.
20.
Wow, he's young.
Yeah, but they buy him young. They buy him absolutely young, and they get all the best talents.
That's what we do, man, as well. We buy them kids, sometimes we sell them on, and sometimes we keep them, man. So if he's good enough, we should buy him, man. 20, we love those kind of deals, for the
Neto is
younger players.
Neto is top 6 in the league, I think, for chances created this season. I think
Marshall, you're sleeping. Is Marshall sleeping? He has his eyes.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Your eyes are stuck closed for like 3 minutes.
What about
wingers? God damn it! No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What about St. Maximum? Any thoughts on St.
No.
Maximum?
Oh no!
Guys,
I
Saint
didn't insult
Maximan.
your family. I just said St. Maximum.
Saint Maximan is another Adama Traore. If you put those two in a team, you're either going to be top of the league or you're going to get relegated. There's no in between.
He's also injury prone too.
Adama Traore, man. This guy, he said that he doesn't lift weights. Oh my god. Sometimes these players lies in ways that they expect people to believe, man. Jesus Christ.
They don't consider resistant bands.
Yeah.
Someone holding him down as weights.
There is no way resistant bands get him this fucking jack, man. and you're talking to somebody who's been lifting for 7 years, man. So there's no way that he got buff after resistant bands, man.
Oh, do you know who else?
Every girl who done yoga would have like calves the size of my head, man. If resistant bands would make you jacked. Anyway. Yeah, man. But what do you guys think about the Haaland?
There's someone else I'd look at.
Who would you look at?
What?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Just say the name.
Who? Just say your hipster pick, Will. Come on.
Wait,
Go on.
Haaland? I don't think it's going to happen.
No, you said you had one more
No,
name.
you said someone else.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it? He's the Juventus winger. I think he's 20. He's Swedish. I can't pronounce his name.
Chiesa?
No, Chiesa's 25.
No, Chiesa's the Italian one.
Or something?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to get him. We can't get him.
Hakimi?
No, not
No,
Hakimi.
not Hakimi.
No, Kulusevski. Yeah, we won't get him.
Kulusevski.
Yeah, he just joined, what's it called? I think it was last summer. And you know Juventus don't sell unless they have to. You can't price
Well,
place
I think they kind of have to because Pirlo's taking them down a very horrible route right now. So, they might have to sell because Pirlo's doing a Lampard. He has no idea, no experience.
That's what happened when you try to make a Make-A-Wish Foundation with these managers. You give them zero experiment and you're trying to make them into like world beaters. It's not gonna happen, man.
Sorry.
I genuinely, I came on, I was watching the Dortmund game, so I switched to the Porto game, and I literally was just watching it for like 10 minutes, and I was like, why isn't Ronaldo on the pitch? I was literally like, why isn't he on the pitch? Like, I thought they'd have started him. Anyway, it took me about 15 minutes, and I saw him on the camera, and I was like, oh, he actually is. Oh, he's been missing in action. Wow. Like, I genuinely, and you usually, when Ronaldo's on the pitch, he makes an effort. Like, he makes like an effort. There's a goal coming or something like that, but some sort of impact. But I mean, the only impact I saw was him punching the grass when he was having a hissy fit because he didn't get a penalty.
And a great segue is on the same night Haaland played. So let's talk about Haaland.
Yeah, let's talk about Haaland because
he saw Mbappe get 3 goals and he was like, "That's okay, Han. Let me just get those 2 goals that are better than yours." And his goals were phenomenal. Just to put that out there.
The great assist by Sancho as well.
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing about that game? Shout out to who was the player that tied the game. That goal was freaking phenomenal.
Oh,
Mahmoud,
oh,
Dahoud.
Dahoud.
That goal.
Right, guys,
I was
I'm gonna go now. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you coming on.
But
yeah,
no,
that game was incredible. Haaland was so good.
Well, who should we take out next? Alex, we'll go with you, Alex.
Hey guys,
How
all
you
right?
feeling, bro? Yeah, sorry, man. It takes some time, Charlotte likes to rant. How are you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Not too bad. How are you?
Charlotte's cool.
We're good. I mean, I'm good. I just want to speak to you guys. You guys good? They look right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We gotta get better at this. We gotta get better.
Yeah, you guys do.
Be nice. I'm being polite.
Disrespecting my American.
This is Alex, this is no filter. We don't do polite here. Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
Apart
Yeah,
from
there's
me
no-
asking if I can.
You can't be polite. You can't be polite, but don't expect it to like comes around, like the same way,
Yeah.
So Haaland, man, what do you think about Haaland, Alex?
Yeah. Look, if we the thing is, if we had a chance of getting him, I think he is. We have to snatch him up. Like if we had a chance, someone told us you can buy him, and we had a good chance of buying him, I would buy him straight away because. Yes, maybe his agent is Raiola, and maybe he could come to the club, be here for 4-5 years, then move away. But
No problem.
during those 4 or 5 years, he could do so much for the club, and the thing is, he kind of suits the Premier League. Like there's this worry of Premier League clubs coming, and like
this guy kills me, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Don't post that shit comment,
man. Yeah. So I think. If Haaland came to the Prem, he would kind of suit the Prem. He's gonna got that physical aspect about him, and he's got the tenacity to kind of also to play well. But yeah, I think if it happens, it happens. I think Chelsea are looking to get by some kind of a striker.
If we can buy him early, like I think our strength is the fact that we are rich,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it like for us to sound arrogant, but if we can like other teams can afford him right now and we can't.
Yeah, it's true.
So can I ask you guys something about Haaland? And I think I personally think this is possible because we have a good staff that can train the kid and really get the best out of him. If Haaland does come here, and you know how Werner needs a second striker that's his ideal role is to be supported by a second striker. Some people say that Haaland isn't a target man, and I know right now in Dortmund he's not playing as a target man. I think it's very possible that do you guys think that it's possible we can take Haaland and turn him into a target man as well as like have him play the way he plays, also to get the best out of Werner, also to get the best out of our other strikers?
100%.
Why does he have to be a target man though? Why do we have to why? I don't understand that the need for a target man. We don't need a target man. We can just
he doesn't play like a target man either.
Yeah, we can just use him as a pressing forward. Yeah.
The argument is that people are saying like Werner would play his best when he's playing with a target man who can support him, give him the balls when he's doing his run and stuff.
Man. Never say that name on my channel ever again, man. I don't want to hear Declan Rice. I don't want to hear the pale orc from The Hobbit that reminds me of him. I don't want to fucking see his name. I don't want to see that guy. I don't want anything to him to do with Chelsea, man. Keep him at West Ham or sell him to United.
Kai hates him so much he took rice out of his diet. There's no rice in this house anymore.
I had rice for 3 weeks now because of this shit, man. Anyway,
Guys, realistically speaking, though, with Haaland, I think if you bring a player of that quality, you build the team around him.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's a good point.
So for me, it's Timo's just gonna have to step aside. If he can't fit in, get out. Because we've got Kai, we've got Callum who can play in that position and behind. We've got Mason Mount. There is talent there to replace him. But at the same time, I do think he can play that system. If anything, I think it's exaggerated how bad Haaland is at link-up play. You need to remember he's 21. I think people forget that. The numbers are mad.
You also got to look at how he's built. He's a big guy. He comes here and he's gonna get as he gets older, he's gonna put up more muscle. I personally think he's gonna be a much faster version of Zlatan when Zlatan was in his prime.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Man, he is a big guy though, isn't he? As in the sense that he could get injuries later on because he's massive. Surely that can't be good, for the knees, carrying that much weight and being.
Dude, when Haaland falls, there are lumber workers all the way in France saying timber. This guy is huge.
But you know what I love about him though? He shoots from anywhere.
Yeah,
and he's always on target most of the time.
I like his personality. I'm not going to lie to you.
He's 20 and he doesn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
You know what you think?
If you had this much money, why would you give a flying fuck?
You know what though? Everyone goes, "Oh well, Werner's got to go to the bench." You know what Werner has to do? He has to take a leaf out of Nicolas Anelka's playbook when he was playing with Didier Drogba, and he's got to sacrifice his game. That's what Anelka did. He sacrificed his game to play on that left wing.
And just
that's
be a
what Anelka would have to do.
Dickhead, man.
And then
That's a really good comparison.
For me,
I'll tell you one thing though about the Anelka comparison. Anelka was on top of the world, and then he dropped down to Bolton. So it's a lot easier to sacrifice his game when you went down to you went from the top down to the bottom.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's how we got him too, right? From Bolton, right?
Yeah, it was 16 million. I still remember that yesterday. I was so happy when we signed him.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I forgot.
For me, the Haaland deal relies on one thing, and that's if Sancho leaves as well. or if Dortmund sell Sancho.
Why don't we just buy them both? Why don't we just like Roma and do something? Just buy both.
No, because
if we're doing that, we might as well go get Bellingham as well, triple threat.
Yeah, just like take everybody, just like
Haaland won't.
We'll even take the coaching, the new coach they have, man. She's pretty fit,
But
man.
I think
Everybody, just take everybody in Dortmund.
How much are we talking about straight up? How much are we talking about? We offer them straight up.
I reckon
I think 180 we get both. 180 we get both.
Just for Haaland, let's focus on Haaland.
Well,
how much do we offer Haaland straight up?
90 million, I reckon it will be.
90 million?
More.
No, more.
90 million? Are you mad?
I think
I feel like Mino Raiola will push for like over 100 million.
I think
Mino Raiola's not met with the Russian yet. You know what I mean? Mino Raiola.
I mean,
why would Mino Raiola care? We could give him his agent's fee. I don't think he's gonna give a fuck about what the transfer fee is. We're just gonna give him good agent fees.
The problem with Mino is, I don't think Marina likes to pay a lot of agent fees. And that was so. I did a video on it on my channel, and I did some research, and I found out that we could have signed him when he went to Dortmund, but the wages and especially the agent fee was the stumbling block.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Get Marina out anyway and go and get Ralph.
Hey. We keep Marina.
We keep Marina, man.
Will. I got you.
But no, honestly, I think it would be a great deal.
Well,
anyway, we can get
too long, man. He's trying to get rid of everybody.
It's not gonna. If Sancho leaves, it won't happen. He won't push to leave, and then he'll look at and then next year in 2022 we have no chance because Madrid and City will come.
Yeah, it's true.
Jesus, Will.
That's why we're gonna try.
Why are you ruining our happiness, man? We came in the stream.
I'm not gonna lie.
We're happy.
We're not going to get him.
Why can't we get him? We're playing Champions League. We're a club that has a lot of talent in the
because he
squad.
won't push to leave like everyone is saying.
He doesn't have to push to leave. We just offer Dortmund money, man. They love money.
But you know what the thing is? We need to think about this realistically in a sense. Bellingham just came. He's not gonna go.
Yeah.
They like the other American kid. I don't know his name.
Rayner.
Rayner,
yeah.
And I heard he's very good, and he's not ready to leave as well. So it's gonna be either Haaland or Sancho. But Sancho's fee is deflated. It's nowhere near 100 million euros as it was in the summer.
80, I read, right? 80 days.
Yeah, and I saw they're considering 70.
80, man. I would take him for 80.
I would as well.
Sancho for 80.
I would as well.
Yeah, it's difficult.
But then
we could give him 50 and give him Pulisic back.
No.
Leave Pulisic alone. Pulisic is saying Chelsea.
Will, can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Why? So, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. Whenever we talk about players going, you always bring up Real Madrid. I don't you think Real Madrid is going to go for him because as it stands right now, exactly. Kai said it. They're broke now. They're. But hold on. Right now, they're trying to get Sergio Ramos to cut his wages a second time because they can't afford him.
He's going to leave.
I think he's going to leave personally, and they're really trying to get Alaba, and they're probably going to focus on Alaba, and that might be one of their only and few signings. I don't think they're going to be able to afford Alaba plus Haaland and whatever else.
But they're not going to sign Haaland this summer. Next summer, his release clause comes into play.
And they're also probably going to get rid of Hazard at this point because Hazard.
And they want him back. They also want him back.
But we're not going to get Haaland this summer. We're not going to get.
How do you know that? You don't know that
because they're going to sell Sancho.
You don't know that.
They're going to sell Sancho to Manchester United. They're going to
sell.
Yeah, but they need.
That is the thing. That's a Manchester United signing.
Wait for him to get cheaper the year after, and then get.
No, not even that. It's like, we didn't get him last year, so we're going to get him this year instead to prove to the Dortmund board we got him cheaper than you wanted, but we don't need it right now. But we're still going to spend the money.
Will be a great PR move.
Yeah. They're such a PR club, like.
But I believe not because I'm only a Chelsea fan. If we paid for him and Dortmund allowed us to talk to him and they allowed him to talk to United as well, I think he would choose us over United.
Because he's a Chelsea fan. Yeah, he's a Chelsea fan.
Of course,
it's a more attractive club to at the moment. Like United, like the last time they won a league was 8 fucking years ago, man.
And be honest, where would you rather live, London or Manchester?
Oh yeah, so many players. So many players would pick us just to live in London.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys know the story about Benteke, right?
Well, what story?
No.
Well, he joined Aston Villa, and he thought it was a London club. So he arrives to London, and his agent goes, "Oh yeah, we need to drive up to Birmingham." He goes, "Where's Birmingham?" He already signed the contract. He didn't know.
Man, you have Google Maps now. There's no excuse.
Will, do you think if Dortmund don't get top 4, then I think they will have to sell both players?
No, not both. One of
That's a good one.
But like, there's a chance for them not to. Like, there's a possible chance that Dortmund might not get top 4.
There's more
Honestly, I think so.
For them, it's massive. Like,
There's
they
more
will
chance
sell
for
them.
But you look at it. Can I give you guys an idea, like a way to look at it? Think about like if they sell both of them for let's say 180 to 200 million. Isn't it like the most Dortmund thing ever to invest in a whole team with that 200 million and just buy a lot of players?
Okay, I know this is a little bit against.
Because 200 million is a lot for a club like Dortmund, man. They can do a lot of that. They can stretch it in a way that we can't.
They've got Reina and Makoko as well. I think his name is. I mean,
Yeah.
he looks unreal, and he's 16, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I guess that does go against my point, but they do have a couple of good players, or good young players. Anyway.
That's why I
What
think
do you do,
Haaland
man?
could leave now. The thing is, Haaland will leave for like 60 million if they don't sell him this year. And his career is formulaic. Everything's been planned to a T, as in he was going to move to Salzburg. From Salzburg, he was going to go to Germany. That's why he didn't go to United. And then there's the next step. Eventually, I'm guessing the step is Real Madrid, Barcelona, but there'll be one more pit stop. Do you want to be that pit stop? I don't mind personally.
I don't get why
I wouldn't mind either.
Barcelona and Real Madrid. They're not the same team as they used to be 10 years ago. They're not big. They're not big clubs anymore. Like they are.
I also
Don't forget.
They're not.
Alexis, don't forget who they are, though.
No,
Alexis, I also don't think. I mean, this maybe might go more with Barcelona than it does Real Madrid. I also don't think they like those kind of strikers, like the Haaland type of strikers. I think they like their flashy, Spanish kind of, tiki-taka strikers, and I don't think Haaland will go to those teams.
They would sign Haaland because he'll be like a Galactico signing. They would sign Haaland. They'd sign.
Yeah, but look what they did to Jovic, man.
Yeah, but Jovic and Haaland, you can't compare.
But you need to know Zidane's not going to be there in the summer. Every report saying Zidane's getting fired.
Yeah, he
probably.
will. And
Probably.
they're looking at, from what I've read, they're looking at Allegri and Nagelsmann.
Jesus.
They're the two they're looking at, from what I've read.
Wait, did you say Nagelsmann?
Yeah, Nagelsmann and and Allegri are the two they're looking at. From what I've read,
none of us are saying Chelsea are not bigger, bigger than Barcelona and Real. Well, we all know they're a bigger club. We're just saying at this current moment.
We just switch them, man. They're broke.
If we get Haaland, Werner can. I don't want to play. I don't want to play Werner and Haaland together.
Why?
Will, you're just a killjoy.
Will,
man.
you're so negative.
No, I'd say obviously, if you give me the choice between Werner and Haaland, I'm taking Haaland every day of the week. Because Haaland's a much better player.
You know what? Will's the kind of guy. If you go to a job interview, he's like, "Will, I'm going to a job interview. What do you think I should? Why do you think I should? Which tie should I wear?" He's like, "Doesn't matter. You're not gonna get it anyway. Just don't even try."
Will's the type of guy. You go on the first date with a girl. You're like, "Oh, what should I do?" "Oh, don't worry, you're not getting a second one anyway."
Will's the type of guy. If he won the lottery, he'd go, "How many banks should I put this money in?" Do you know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God.
Don't spend the money, Will. Come on, think positive. It's your birthday tomorrow. Come on.
Will, he won the lottery. Buy Haaland, man.
I mean, it's gonna be hard, but we have a chance. We do have a chance. It's
I'm just
look. And let's be real too. We would look so stupid if a club as big as us didn't even try to go for one of the best strikers in Europe. You know what I mean?
If you try, it doesn't. Hey, Will. I know you're young. I'm gonna teach you something. No never means no. Okay?
No, it does. It does.
The views of Kai do not represent the views of.
Sorry, Kai.
That's us cancelled. That's us cancelled.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. But you need to try in life, man. You need to try, man.
I need to ask you a question. So this summer, we all know Haaland's going to be somewhat available. Who do you think could blow us out the park financially?
Man City.
No, they wouldn't because
They won't. They can't. Nobody can blow us out.
They wouldn't because they won't spend over the odds for Haaland. They'd rather go for Kane or Lukaku.
But they never spend over the odds.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. True. I don't think they would. I just don't see him leaving Dortmund this summer. I see Sancho leaving. Leaving this summer. I don't see Haaland.
Dortmund will lose a lot of money. Let's say Haaland, next season he scores 40 goals.
I reckon they'd take that risk. I reckon they'd rather have him for another year.
I agree with you, by the way. I think keeping Haaland almost confirms like another year in the Champions League. I think keeping Sancho doesn't prove anything. Yeah. So maybe it's time to cash in.
But isn't Dortmund a business? Isn't Dortmund a business?
It is, but they do this with they will always try and keep. I think they just want to get the best out of who they've got. If I'm being honest, and I think they've done it with Sancho. They're not gonna get as much money as they will this year than they could have last year. The same will happen with Haaland. They would.
I think they're going to try to sell Haaland just because, if you look at their defense is in shambles, and they might try to rebuild that.
Champions League, right? Especially if they don't get Champions League, they're going to lose a lot of money. They're going to end up losing a lot of money. And I think
he will force him to move out. He's too good and too competitive to be not be in the Champions League. Did you hear
Alexis saying too?
I get that.
Yeah, I heard them.
He came out and said Mbappe got a hat trick, so it motivated me to score too.
I do understand that. I do understand that as well with Raiola as well. He will want Haaland.
He wants a big move.
But the thing is though, Dortmund, I'll be foolish to not even try and sell him because they're going to get at least double than what they'll get.
Yeah, but even Dortmund won't think like that. Dortmund will think they're going to get a massive profit on him either way. They are going to get, even if they sell him for the release clause, they'll still get how much? A 40 million profit. They'll take that.
40 million, but they could get 80. They could get 80 or 85.
And you need to remember who the club is. 80 million invested with them is like buying 3 top players.
COVID as well, during COVID time.
I don't know. I think I'll Sancho, and then that's it.
But trust me, Dortmund are short with money. They're not the same club maybe 2 years ago. They need money.
And they'll get that money with Sancho. They'll get that money with Sancho.
But that's not enough if they don't get Champions League. That's the Sancho money is going to be enough.
And the worst thing is they're losing 4 million every home game by not having the 80,000 in the 80,000 fans based on sales of beer and.
So we're having this debate. Yeah. I'm going to ask all of you, do you think we'll get Haaland? Kai, I'll start. I don't know why it feels like I'm hosting now, but I'll start with you guys. Do you think we'll get Haaland?
Don't you worry, Will. I will develop and shape you to be the greatest young man in the history of young men. Man. You will destroy dreams, man.
Oh, man.
But I think a lot of people are rolling us out because we do have the financial capacity to get the best players, especially during COVID, man. People said, "Oh, there's no way we get Havertz," and we did get him, man.
Yeah,
and we didn't get him. We got him on a discount. That's the best part. We got him on a discount.
Yeah, because remember, 108 million we were told.
And then Marina said, "No, you're getting 80. Take it and shut up."
Exactly. So I do think there's a chance.
But
I do think there's a chance.
That's not why I asked. I said, do you think we will get him? Not do you think there's a chance? Because there is a chance, obviously. Do you think we will?
But that's not a fair question, though, is it?
But it is.
I don't know. Do I think we can get him would be a more fair of a question. And I think, yes, we can. If we will get him, that's just me predicting the future. And that's not easy, man.
Do you know what? I think they are looking, going, this guy is, or not already, he's going to be one or two best player in the world for the next 5 to 10 years. And I think he'll be the number one target in the summer and they'll aggressively go for him.
You know what I don't understand though? We all know Mbappe is available if he doesn't sign the new deal this year because he's a free agent next year.
Yeah.
Why on earth are we not trying to get Kylian Mbappe?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Blow the whole budget at him.
Yeah.
I do. I know Mbappe and Haaland are both phenomenal talents, but there's a massive difference, in my opinion, between Mbappe and Haaland. I prefer Mbappe. So I think he's just such a better player, in my opinion. Than
so Haaland. Much better.
You know what I don't get though. Chelsea fans have got to get out of their head. This isn't our money. I don't care how much we spend. You know what?
Yeah.
If we spend 400 million on 2 players. If they're Mbappe and Haaland,
yeah, obviously,
don't care.
we wouldn't care.
I don't
Bro,
care.
if
And-
I
and
say how much I don't care where we get the money from, man, my channel will be taken down. This is how much I don't care where we get the money from. As long as Chelsea get good players, man.
Yeah,
But that's the same argument that people have for Alaba, which we should go on and move about our center backs after we're
No,
done.
let's not go that far. Alaba is 29. He's even older than me, man.
And he's not
Okay?
even a good
So-
centre back. He's just an average centre back.
he is.
And he wants 400k a week. No, man.
And you know the problem with getting Alaba is you get him, you mess up the whole wage structure.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got people like Kai Havertz, Timo Werner knocking on the door and saying, "I want a new contract." I want 450,000 a week now because Alaba, who's not our best player, is on this amount.
But if you bring Mbappe or Haaland in, who you give them money, they'll go, "Okay, fine, no problem."
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
the thing is with Alaba that's completely different to other deals is that, in my opinion, you're getting the name over the how good he is in centre back, unless you're playing left 3.
And unless you play him left wing back, because if you play him left wing back, I understand partially because then Alonso leaves the team. Thank God.
And
at this time,
and then Chilwell becomes a squad player.
Chilwell should have never been a Chelsea player. That cancerous player. How many times?
But you know what though? When it comes to paying people's wages,
Is he wrong though, Will? He's not wrong though.
I mean, no, it's just I didn't know you hated them this much.
Cancerous is a very strong adjective, I would say.
I hate him, but I say thank you every day that Chelsea. Apparently that's the only Lampard signing. I thank God to that.
You know what irritates me more
just
about
for
that?
that.
It's everything what the summer was meant to be in Frank's eyes. It was meant to be Declan Rice. It was meant to be Lewis Dunk. It was meant to be Ben Chilwell. And for me, it was such a stupid way to go as a club. And thank God we had Marina and Check It on the board that stopped that from happening. Because now we're £50 million in the bin when we could have got Reguilon, when we could have got Tagliafico, and we would have been no worse.
I mean, we can still get Tagliafico.
And the thing is as well with that is that he didn't even go for the good English players. He didn't even go for Grealish. He didn't even go for Grealish.
What do you guys think?
We always go for the guys with the slick back, man. I don't fucking know why, man. Why do we go for this boring ass fucking Brexit ass defense? Like we went for Drinkwater, nobody wanted him, and we paid 38 fucking million for him.
I forgot about him, Kai.
We went for this guy, for Chilwell, man, who was nothing special at Leicester. Leicester are just taking our money and be like, yeah, you want this crap, take it, man. You want to overpay? Okay, that's fine.
When we signed him, I went on Leicester's, timeline. That's always a good way of gauging what the other fans think. Go on the timeline of their club announcement when they sell him. Leicester fans were cheering. They were happy to get rid of it. They were like,
exactly. They were like, welcome. They were like, welcome Castagna. That's
Look, I don't necessarily disagree that Chilwell has been subpar, right? But you got to give credit where credit is due. He was at one point, the first half of the season, the best left back in the
Marshall.
You know he's out of form.
The first three games, not the first half. First 3 games.
This is the most purplest of purple patches he ever had, okay? I always say, you can't judge a signing of the first 3 or 4 games. Judge him of a 19-game season and then judge him again at the end of the season. I've had 19 games to judge him, and I just know he's a basic baller. And you don't invest £50 million into basic.
I need to apologise to people as well I need to apologise for getting.
Stop apologizing, man. Stop apologizing.
No, because when I'm wrong, I've got to admit I was wrong. I got a bit gassed over Chilwell. Same with Ziyech as well. You know. I shouldn't have
I'll admit, Alexis brings up a really good point. So I guess us as Chelsea fans were really hyped up because look at where we came from. We had Emerson and Alonso. So when we got Chilwell, that was a huge upgrade. And let's not kid around. I still think that first half he was one of the best left backs in the game. But when you bring up the structure and how much he costs, we could have gotten that cheaper out of Reguilon or Tagliafico. So yeah, that is a very good point, and I agree with you on it.
And you know the worst thing is I see Reguilon in a Mourinho system and how nice he looks. So I only imagine what Reguilon could be if he wasn't shackled to a defensive structure.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to deal with Alonso.
We can buy him all the Spanish ham he wants as well, man, at Chelsea. With the salary that he gets. He'll be a happy guy, you know.
Would you guys let's say if Will's prediction doesn't happen and we don't get Haaland, do you think? Obviously, I think Chelsea want to kind of bump up, still want to kind of spend money in the kind of striking force. Do you think signing Grealish would be a good option, and then maybe play Werner up top?
And you know me, I love Grealish. So yeah,
I think
yes, we do. We know you love bubble butt Grealish, man.
The thing is, I think Grealish is brilliant. Like, to be honest, he's 25 now. We need to buy a player who's not. We're not going to wait for 2 years until he gets in his prime. And he knows the Prem, and he's getting better. Trust me.
Can I ask you a question though? And this is the only reservation I have about Grealish. How much easier is it when you play for Aston Villa and defenses aren't as compact in defense, but then you give it to Chelsea? You're playing at Stamford Bridge, a smaller pitch because it's not as wide as it can be, and you give Grealish the ball, and there's 10 players behind the ball, all panked. Like, it's difficult. It's different.
Alexis, it is. You know the comparison is. They're not the same player. Do you remember when we bought Sean Wright-Phillips?
Yeah.
Do you remember he was banging in? He was doing it for City, right? He was scoring breathtaking goals. Yeah. Now, bear in mind though, I didn't think he was given such a good shot at Stamford Bridge. I think he should have been given more. But you're right. It's a totally different level. The teams play totally different against, say, an Aston Villa than they do against the Chelsea. They play more of a low block. Sorry, it's posh for parking the bus. But they play differently. They're going to play different. Grealish is he'll have to step up. If we sign Grealish, he'll have to step up his game to another level.
I agree with you.
I fear Grealish might suffer like Ross Barkley did, and it might be a mental thing.
For them, man.
Not in terms of the playing, just the mental side.
I don't think so. Grealish looks like he's the type of girl that will walk up to Messi and say, "I'll steal your girl." He looks too confident.
He's determined
with his Alice band.
The thing is, though, with Grealish, I think he's ready for this big move now. I think in the summer he needs to leave. And the thing is, you could also say this about Jadon Sancho as well. And against against the Bundesliga defenses that are really.
Think about it, Will. He's not the fastest to play in a Chelsea system that plays mostly on attacking, on attacking.
But he's really hard to get the ball out of, though.
But Grealish is
counter press, man. For counter press, he's not gonna be. Yeah, but he's not fast.
But if you're playing a 3-4-3, Grealish can easily play on that left-hand side. You know,
exactly.
And to Alexis's point too, when it comes to Grealish, one of the biggest reasons I think he's a standout right now in Aston Villa is because Aston Villa now finally has 2 or 3 or 4 other players that can be just as dangerous as Grealish. So that takes a lot of the pressure off Grealish. When you bring him to Chelsea, you got 10 other players who are quality that can help take that pressure off of just Grealish. So Grealish wouldn't be just the only danger coming out of that team.
But you say that. But the goals and assists will have to come from him in this Chelsea team. Because if you're playing that front three, it's designed for the front three to get the goals and assists. So what are we going to do with it? I don't think would you spend the 110 million that it's going to take to sign Grealish? Because that's what he signed the contract now, which has locked him in. It happened to Wilfried Zaha, and it's happened to Grealish now. They're idiots for signing these long contracts.
Yep. Yeah, especially Premier League clubs as well.
Personally, I think football players should take the basketball approach. I'll take the 2-year deals, and I'll take my chances, especially when you're that good.
Or they need to have proper clauses in there that says if this team comes in and they bid a certain amount, I'm gone.
Didn't we
good enough to stay at Villa? You know, he needs to play for a bigger club.
Didn't we also look at Grealish as well when we're looking at Havertz, and he was a potential backup to Havertz? Oh, we should have just got Grealish to the Havertz.
What's wrong with you? When did you turn so negative?
It's his birthday tomorrow. He's depressed.
We could, but we could have just got him for
75. But he's like, it's not gonna change anything.
We could have got a proven. We could have got a proven Premier League player that's 25 years old.
Yeah.
That we could have got for 75 million, which Oh, it's just so much less.
Instead, we got the 21-year-old who the third highest scorer of the under 21 in Europe, man.
Will,
Yeah, but we need
trust
to wait,
me.
we're gonna wait 2 years until he develops. Whilst if we get Grealish, he's already developed as a Prem player, and I don't know. I think Grealish is. I don't know. He's just there.
But Grealish would have been 25 when he signed for us. Yeah, he's proven. He's in about a year or so going to enter his prime. We'd have him for at least around 6 years.
Bro, listen to me. Kai Havertz is special. Just give him time.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Our problem is we've got we live in the moment too much. Kai's been injured. He's only played 10, 11 games for us.
Yeah.
But the problem is we're not that kind of club to give players time. If Kai Havertz doesn't...
He's a 21-year-old though. He's not a 25-year-old or a 23-year-old.
All of us gave him time.
He's a kid.
If Kai doesn't perform next season, what Chelsea fan base going to get on him?
Fuck the Chelsea fan base.
Lampard to stay until we were relegated. That's what a lot of them said. They shouldn't fucking get this side.
I am giving Havertz time, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. If I had the option to go back and get Grealish, I would. That's just how highly I rate Grealish.
But
it's fair.
I'm not saying Havertz is bad. I rate him, and he's going to come good.
But we have to remember, Havertz has been mismanaged for the past 6 months.
I agree. Yes,
with
that's
Lampard.
true.
Yeah. And he also got the vid.
Yeah, and he got the vid as well. So
he got the Rona, as I like to call it.
Let's see what Tuchel, let's see what a proper manager can do with Kai Havertz. Yeah.
Plus, you know what I think? Do you know what I think we're really harsh on?
By the way, sorry about the video, man.
What's it called? We're almost ignoring the fact that none of these players have had a preseason.
Exactly.
And none of these players have had any coaching.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Tuchel openly said the other day, he was like, I can't build anything if we have no time on a training ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much of his system we're actually seeing right now. Hence why I don't think the 3-4-3 is here to stay.
Yeah. He's just playing it safe at the moment. He's just
the 3-4-3, like we said before, is for the Atletico type. That's what it's for.
Hey, listen, if it works against Atletico, I promise you, I don't care. I want Alonso to get a statue outside Stamford Bridge.
Get one of those.
Let me ask you guys something. Just to switch over to another topic, another position. Do you, with the mask, so he's like Batman. So, do you guys think we dodged the bullet with Upamecano after seeing him play?
Oh my God, he looks shocking.
I've been an advocate for not signing this guy for so long.
I understand.
He's overrated.
I think I owe you an apology. Well, I understand.
Yeah, so do I. You're absolutely right.
I'll write you a letter, Will.
He might be good in the future, but it's too early to call.
He's not shit.
I'm already sending a pigeon, Will.
There was a little bit of an overreaction on Twitter about his performance against Liverpool. He might have been bad, but the same people that are overreacting to his game against Liverpool probably were the ones a couple of days ago saying we should sign him. He's going to be world class. So I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. He's a good player. I don't think he's anything more than a good player at the moment.
I think he's a younger Zuma.
A bit better on the ball, but I get where you're.
I get
where you're coming from.
What I mean is, I don't. He's not an alpha centre back for me. He's a beta centre back. He'll never be an alpha centre back.
I completely agree.
So now that he's out of the table, there are options right now. Apparently, Agent Rudiger's back. Double O Rudiger. And he's talking. He said he has connections and ties, and he's close to Nicolas Sule, Boateng. He already talked. Wait, hold up. Let me just put out the options real quick. Let me just put out the options. So I'm not saying I want these players. I really don't. I don't rate them. So he's saying he's in talks, and he already spoke with Alaba. So that's 3 right there. Apparently, we're connected to Varane. There's Jimenez. And there's a potential that we can convince Tomori to come back. What do you guys think we should go about this?
Let's get Neves.
Oh, Marquinhos too. Marquinhos, if that's possible.
No way.
Can I say something quickly? I think Tuchel likes ball playing centre backs. He likes a defender that can actually play it out with the ball and is actually comfortable on the ball. I think that's because the way is also style of play. Also PSG, for example. Both Thiago Silva and Marquinhos were both good on the ball. And
Kimpembe,
yeah.
to be able to receive it, but then also to kind of move forward with the ball and offer it and kind of pass it to the midfielders. So the only player that I would think that maybe could step up would be maybe a Jimenez or maybe even a Varane. The thing with Varane, I think he's good. Like people keep saying, like, oh, you know, he's played with Ramos and he's that kind of defender that needs to play with an alpha. But he won a bloody World Cup with Umtiti next to him. It's not like
Listen. Just to play devil's advocate, when you look at Varane's season this year, it's been shocking. The man scored more goals against his own team than he has against other teams.
Guys, but you know what?
Serious, he has like 4 own goals.
I'll be honest with you guys. With this centre back position, I think there's going to be a lot of turnover in that position this year.
Yeah.
I think Rudiger's going to be gone. I think he's going to work his status up to a certain point where we can get 30 million for him.
Yeah.
I think Zuma's going to be gone because I don't think the club fancy him. Hence, Mark Guehi's going to most probably come back, and Padu, Tomori if possible. And then the club will and they'll pick one of the 3 and sign someone. Koundé is the one I would get personally.
Yes.
And I hate the whole argument he's too short because no one said anything when Mascherano and Puyol played for Barcelona and they were winning Champions League.
Yeah, you need to play with someone who has air ability. You need to play with
the thing is with Koundé, I think his jumping is underrated as well. He's quite a short guy.
He's a beast.
Exactly. And do you know the amount of people that are flip-flopping on Twitter saying against Dortmund, who now rates Koundé? Oh, just shut the fuck up. Honestly, he's very composed. He's good on the ball. He's gonna be a top centre back. I'd go. He'd be one of my options as well.
And
Felix in the chat said Skriniar. Avoid Skriniar.
No.
Avoid Skriniar.
People. We gotta end this, man. We gotta end this. I have work early in the morning, and as much as I love I would get myself fired, man. Yeah, I gotta wake up at 7:30 tomorrow.
Yep.
No worries.
Anyway, people, it's a pleasure. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah,
Alexis, Will, Marshall, who else we have?
Me.
Who else we have? Alex, the other Alex. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. Thank you guys for helping us. We are only 70 people away from 1K, man.
Wow.
So
guys, hit the subscribe button, comment, do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Get that.
Yeah. Try to get us to 1K.
Yeah. I'll shout out on my community. Just tag me in so I can do it on YouTube. And
make sure to do that. Hopefully, Ligandro will shout us out because he did come on. I actually didn't know that I was like, is that really Ligandro? And I just went to the comment and it actually is him, man. His channel, man. So
that's how bad.
That is nice. That's a lot of.
That's how bad the Arsenal match was. We want to come on this.
Anyway, people, take care of yourself. Eat your vitamins and stay away from drugs, man.